Welcome to novicetutorials.com. My name is Nakia, and today my goal is to help users who are not as internet and web savvy take their very first step to getting their websites online. Now, there's no experience required. You don't have to be a web developer or have web design background to do this. I have put up several sites and I can show you how to actually get them up and running online. I've had enough practice and I have HTML, CSS experience. Of course, my knowledge is growing since I've done this a few times, but when I started off, I didn't really have any knowledge other than, me just learning as I went. Now, the first thing you want to do when you think about purchasing a domain name is try and have a keyword that's relevant to your site's content. You don't want to have, let's say, donkey in your title if your site is about science. You can help your search engine results by actually keeping a keyword in your domain name. That is consistent with your content, that is. Now, the next thing you want to keep in mind is make sure you're not going to use someone else's branded terms. For example, you don't want to use any of McDonald's brands or something that someone is already doing. Try to create your own brand. Also, you want to make sure that your domain name doesn't include 24 letters of the alphabet in it. I mean, it's up to you how long you want to make your domain name as long as it's available for purchase. However, I wouldn't recommend it because it's just not something that would be easy for people to remember. You want to use something that's going to be catchy or something that you can make catchy. And just simple for the users to type into the browser to go, direct to your site. Now, I use GoDaddy as my domain supplier and also my hosting and other services that I have through GoDaddy. They are not paying me to endorse them or anything like that. It's just my preference. I understand their interface, and I've put up several sites. So if anybody has any questions, you can email me at novicetutorials@gmail.com, and I will be glad to just walk you through anything or, send you a quick email if you need some help. But it's really simple. You can just go to their home page, and you can search for your domain right here. So let's say if you want to do a science site, Science for You, let's see if that's available. That's already taken, and you can view, alternative results below, and you can choose from another site that might not be a .com, but it could be .us, .mobi, or they have some other combinations that are available that's similar. For example, it's Science for Use. I don't see how that would be helpful, so I wouldn't use that. Usually I just go back in and type my own original idea, but sometimes you might find something that's interesting. But go ahead and continue the registration, or you can continue to add more domains later. And it's as simple as that. You create your domain registration. You might get some other options popping up about adding, this and that to your cart, but it's up to you what you want. I would just suggest stick with a domain name for now, and I will help you go further in this process. I mean, if you want to get web hosting now, it doesn't really make sense until you figure out what it is that you have to put up. It doesn't make sense to pay for it if you're not ready to use it. So that concludes this tutorial for today on getting a domain name. And if you need further instructions about how to use GoDaddy, I will be glad to just help. This is just a courtesy for you logging onto my site today. So thank you again for coming. And stay tuned for our next tutorial on actually getting a website design without having any knowledge of CSS or HTML or any of those markup languages. So again, come back and I'll be talking to you soon.